Welcome. Good morning. We have a sweet thing. I am throwing out some stuff quick and then I will be going. Okay. Yeah, there we go. William of Play Agricola is throwing on a charity tournament today on Play Agricola. We got 12 people, a couple tables. We have a sweet table here of myself. This is Econ Sean, this is CS, and this is Kristen. A great table, really strong players. We are on Play Agricola today, so a little bit different for those of you used to the BGA world. Um, anyhow, my opening pack here, Master Stableman is quite good, Social Climber is quite good, and most of the other cards are pretty bad. Racing Stable Manager does really fun things. Whenever you build at least one stable, you can plow a field. Master Stableman can help build stables. I think this is take Master Stableman and hope for the combo. It's unlikely that the combo comes, but you never know. Most of these cards are also pretty bad. These are not strong packs thus far. Original Conjure is not as good. You just get a grain and nothing else. And that makes it quite a bit worse, but it still might be one of the better cards here. Plowman is reasonable, but there's a lot of plows in Original, and I'm still kind of hoping for Racing Stable Manager, but it could just be take Plowman. Harbor Master could be okay. It encourages other people to, if other people fish, you get things. And then Kakot is occasionally okay if you set up silly stuff. Stable Master is pretty bad, but it lets you hold some more animals off a single stable. And on the wheel, it's probably what I take here. But all of this is pretty bad, like quite bad. I probably just take Harbor Master here and hope to feed off of animals and maybe traveling stuff, but I don't even know. I have no idea what to take out of that pack. It's all bad. Wow. Okay, so these are the good cards. Oh, duh. So Stable Deliveryman is not great, but somebody's going to take the Racing Stable Manager and hope to wheel this, and they might work. Fisherman's Apprentice. Oh my god. Whenever somebody fishes, you play an Ock. So my harbor, I can super spike the fishing thing. Stage Star is oh my, this pack is crazy actually. Like Land Agent is quite strong. Family Counselor is crazy strong. Fisherman's Apprentice is also like really strong, and the rest of these are very playable. I probably just take Family Counselor, even if it's just fun. It gives you a bunch of food early, and eventually you can go for the grain. And it's just fun. You have to play, you have to take certain action spaces in order to make it work. But I think it's just Family Counselor. It's a fun card. I'm happy with the fun card. I'm concerned about the Racing Stable Manager combos. Um, I'm a little sad to not take this stuff because, like, if somebody plays Fisherman's Apprentice, me playing Harbor Master means like nobody's gonna fish. But I don't know. I think I take Family Counselor as the best. Um, Here, these are not great cards, but Veggie Lover can be pretty sick. It allows you to convert a grain and a veg to 6 food, and it lets you get a bunch of bonus points if you have lots of extra grain and veg. It's not clear to me that I'm going to have a lot of that, but Lemon Trader also requires lots of grain and veg and just gives you resources. I'd rather directly have food and points, and the rest of these cards are just nothings. They may as well not really matter. Okay, I will resize everything a bit here. This is the other thing I always forget about. I haven't streamed on Play Agricola in a while, but I have to change the sizing on everything so that it looks good. While streaming. But hopefully we can follow along. There's a lot of new cards here, so people who are used to watching Revised are definitely going to be a little confused, but that's okay. A little confusion's good. Oh, we do hit the Racing Stable Manager though. It came back. Oh, hell yeah, team. Oh, we hit it. Okay, well this is crazy good now. Now we have cards that just say that we get stables and plows whenever we take animals. Like it does require quite a bit of food, but this is really good. Master Stableman allows us whenever we take at least two animals from a space, we can build up to two stables for one wood each, and then whenever we build a stable, we uh, whenever you build at least one stable. So if I build multiple stables, I only get one field. So it's a little tricky because I potentially only want to build one stable at a time with Master Stableman. But even if Racing Stable Manager just gets me like, even if I set it up to get three fields, it's still like a crazy good combo to get your fields and get stables in a game and get animals, right? Like pairs of animals are going to be such good action spaces for me. I'm going to have to really prioritize them this game and be set for them. But it's a lot of efficiency. Definitely hit the nuts there. Okay, here Stable Master again was like kind of funny. It lets me hold slightly more animals, but I don't think it's actually particularly important. Storehouse Minder always confuses me and is just complicated. Musketeer is also mildly complicated. It gives me, if are occupied by my people, I get a sheep or a boar. Yeah, that's gross. I don't want to take animals that way. So this is take conjure. I'm probably not playing conjure. I'm hoping to get great off family counselor, but in case somebody plays Stage Star, playing Conjure and stealing wood from them is pretty hilarious. So, also, if I'm ever actually playing Harbor Master, I want to take Traveling to some extent. But realistically, I think this hand is we play Family Counselor early, and then we play Master Stableman and Racing Stable in the mid game, and we play Veggie Lover late, potentially, and we just ignore Harbor Master, Conjure, and probably whatever else comes. CS just said the best card in his pack wheeled and he didn't take it, which probably means it's that Fisherman's Apprentice. I think Fisherman's Apprentice was the best card in that pack. I took Family Counselor, but Fisherman's Apprentice broadly is actually probably the best. Just play an extra Ox is sweet, but yeah, this is looking reasonable. I still need to resize things, but yeah. Anyhow, to catch up on the, let's go that size. The card extension hopefully still works. I haven't set it up in a long time, but you should be able to click on cards, and it should hypothetically pull up bigger versions of them while you're watching if you're actually able to do that. Um, for those that don't know, you could also. Ooh, wow, team. Okay, so yeah, this is. I like all of these cards, but this was the best card in his pack, and nobody took it. I probably take this at this point. Let me think. So I'm gonna pause here for a sec. This is part of a big, yeah, this is part of a big is a stretch. But William's putting on a charity tournament. He streams at Play Agricola. You definitely should watch his stream or hang out there if you want. It's a really cool event. We have 3 games going on this morning. I'm in one of them. There's 2 other games. The winners will advance and play a final. Whoever wins the final, William is donating some of the proceeds that are raised today to that person's like local food bank or charity of choice. So it's really kind of cool. William's raising a bunch of money for his charity, and he's also though like rewarding the winners of the tournament by helping to donate to their charity causes. So I've sent over a donation to William's charity. I recommend others do that. It's a really cool thing that he's putting on here. There's going to be a tournament on BJ tomorrow as well. If people are interested, you can still join. I believe it's not like they're filling up. In fact, he was aiming for 16 players. We only got 12 today. Now, Play Agricola is a little less popular, but it's still going to be hard to get people together for this stuff. Now, as for these cards, Stable Deliveryman and Racing Stable Manager is also a crazy good combo, and I could just ignore Master Stableman, which is maybe just better because I guarantee the stables, guarantee the plows at predictable times, whereas Master Stableman means, again, I have to get animal pairs, and I could get blocked, and it's a little funky. But Fisherman's Apprentice is quite strong. Being able to just play some extra occupations while other players fish is pretty strong. And I have incentive. I potentially have incentive to take traveling. Somebody took the stage star also, which like I definitely could spam traveling, and then that encourages other people to fish if they need food. And I have just enough food coming off family counselor and then later animals, hopefully. So I think this is take Fisherman's Apprentice. Um, But not taking stable deliveryman when I did get the racing stable manager is also like questionable. But Fisherman's Apprentice is a really strong card. Okay, so for the minor improvements now. Um, Minor improvements here. Sickle is great bonus points. It requires me to get a lot of grain and a lot of veggies and a lot of fields. Now, I can get a little grain off Family Counselor if things go right. I might get grain off Conjure, so that it's really getting a couple veggies, getting fields, but like Sickle is probably a wood for 3 points, which is just very good. Planter Box, on the other hand, is also really good though. Every time you sow in things next to your house, you get extra crops. And my extra crops with Veggie Lover can also just be mega points. Winter Garden is another spot to sow, which is also kind of sweet, although you can't hold animals in your house, and I might want to. Flagon is a bit of food. Iron Oven is a super great way to convert grain into, or is like really strong oven. It does cost 3 stone, but it gives you 2 points and it lets you turn a grain into 6 food, which is very strong. So I think those are mostly the picks. I don't plan to have 2 grain fields fast enough, but Festival Hall is kind of nice. Probiotic allows you to do some clever things, but I think this is just take Planter Box. Um, it's very playable. It's very good. Wow. 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 Wowzers. Okay. There are some cards here, team. These are incredibly strong miners, all of these. Donkey is super good. You fence a pasture, you play Donkey, and you get extra plows. But I should have enough plowing that I think I can pass that, which is kind of nutty. But Meadow is really good if you have every animal type. Um, the edges of your farmyard just turn into free fences. It saves you a lot of wood. The tough part, of course, is having all animal types and having a room to store them. But I have reason to have stables to be able to store all the animal types. So Meadow could work out, but I don't even think I take it. I think I just take the reed pod. 3 occupations is not going to be that hard if I play Family Counselor, Fisherman's Apprentice. It comes pretty fast. And having a point and 3 reed is just really good. Flat Hill is also quite good. You have to have 4 planted fields, but you get a free Reno to clay. But I think I just take the reed pod. But all of that was like, these are some really good miners I'm passing. But Kristen passed some really good miners too. It just happens sometimes. This pack is significantly worse. There is a card that's encouraging somebody to go fishing. Whenever somebody fishes, you can spend a wood for 3 food. Definitely is a nice way to feed. I don't want it. I want somebody else to play it to fuel Fisherman's Apprentice and possibly Harbor Master. So straw is actually not terrible here. Each of my stables can hold an extra animal. It requires me to have a grain field, but it's a free point. Open fields is terrible. Town Hall is mostly for Reno strats. Brushwood Roof is garbage when I already have a reed pod. I should have plenty of reed. Reno materials is really just a way to Reno. It's not terrible. And Reed Nursery is a way to turn a bunch of extra reed into points, which admittedly with Harbor Master Reed Pod, there could be a lot of reed in this game, but I really don't want to sow reed. I definitely want to be sowing crops. So I think this is just take straw, just have a point, maybe some extra animal capacity. In the late game is fine, but it's definitely underwhelming. These miners are also underwhelming, like really underwhelming. These are all quite bad. This is just a really crummy oven. 2 clay for a point, and it gives you a grain into 3 food. Not strong. Corn Storehouse is terrible. Kudzu is mostly if you don't plan to fill out your farm, but I'm not too worried about filling out my farm. Goblet is if you're playing the well, but I don't expect to be able to build the well. Birthstone, you can spend stone for points while growing, and it's free. It might just be what I take here. I'm not expecting to have tons of stone, but alternative materials is trash too. These miners are bad, so. Okay, a lot of the best cards in my opening pack did not come back, which is very predictable. But now the option is Flagon, just because Flagon is good food. Manure actually could be some crops, but I think this is just take Winter Garden. It lets me just sow crops into my house. And just having an extra spot to sow, I think is fine. Although, see, you can't store animals if you Winter Garden, right? So Yeah, you can't hold animals if you're gonna home garden, but you do get to harvest extra times out of your home garden. The alternative is that I try to actually get two grain fields and play a festival hall game, but I don't think that's correct. Otherwise, flagon, just generically flagon is food for me. The thing is, I haven't seen any ability to build multiple well. Flagon is really all like flagon is fine, but it's incredibly good if there was a well upgrade or like yeah. There's a couple extra cards in these decks that allow you to return the well and like get another improvement, and then somebody can rebuild the well, and then flagon becomes much like really good. Alms is okay, but I'm planning on playing an Ock round one. So I think I just take this free card. It could do something and it's free. Flagon is also tempting though, because like my food situation is a little tenuous, but I'll go greedy. Okay, so Flat Hill came back. I think this is just take Flat Hill then. I eventually plan to have 4 planted fields, and that's how I reno. And I just don't worry about having to actually reno. And that's fine. Meadow did not come back, so that's the slight bummer. Meadow would have been great. Here, this is just Reed Nursery. I still could have a lot of Reed, and I could just score some of it. Uh, Unfun miners, agree, HIKLJ. The miners are much less direct. The planter box is fun. So the planter box does mean that we want to plow next to our house. So we probably actually put our first room here and we potentially plow like around it, or we get a 4-room house and we go here, and then stables and fences are over here. A 4-room house is nice. We get second seat here. That's very good. I either get Reedstone food or hopefully I just get family counselor for free. I should really read Family Counselor because it's been a long time, but I believe it's just if I'm on the same board, I get a food. Yeah, if all of my adults are on the same piece of cardboard, I get a food. A grain if it's 3 adults, or a veg if it's 4. The veg is very hard, um, but the food is pretty easy. So I would like to get Ock here, but if I don't get free Ock, I could expensive Ock Family Counselor, and it's probably what I should do. Wow, Turkey Breeder, that's a very good card. But my problem is I like can't avoid the allure of Reedstone food. It's just impossible for me. It's just not how my brain works. Like I definitely want to get Family Counselor out, but and I guess I kind of want to play Fisherman's Apprentice. So I probably should be playing Ox. I probably should, but I hate passing on Reedstone food. So I'm not going to. Um, this does make my Master Stableman a bit worse, because the player in front of me probably wants to take animal pairs. I'm a little surprised they first action Turkey Breeder. Like, it's a very good card because you just get fences and a stable. You do have to pay back 4 wood at the end of the game, but it's like a yeah. I mean, you get sorry, I'm supposed to make the board bigger here too while streaming. There we go. Um, but anyhow, I'm a little surprised you play Turkey Breeder first action though, because like there's no sheep present yet. Like I don't totally know what that's about, but it's okay. Cat and Lap is Econ Sean. He hasn't played on Play Agricola in a while, so it could be a little slow on a lot of actions from him. But we'll just try to pay extra attention when he's up to and make sure that it all works out. I still really should be playing Family Counselor, and I probably should be playing Fisherman's Apprentice this game. So we'll see what happens. On the wheel here, I'm very happy though, taking 2 wood, or I'm not opposed to taking 2 clay for a fireplace. Um, but yeah, I just like not taking Reedstone food and playing expensive Ock is like just such a bummer because it's just such a food difference like compared to where I could be. Ooh, Circus Manager from CS. Okay, so Circus Manager, every time you take traveling, you get to play an occupation. So that's very nice. It does mean that there's no food piling up over here. It means CS almost certainly took the stage star, but at least he doesn't have Conjure. I do get 2 clay here for a fireplace. That's fine. Again, the fireplace isn't great for me because Kristen can just take the sheep, but this is fine. The only other alternative here is just to plow a field, which wasn't terrible, but I also could just like SP like nothing, but that's pretty bad. So I probably Reedstone Food probably was wrong though, right? I was supposed to just play occupations. I have Reed Pond in hand. I could have just played occupations and got an early Reed Pond. So I might regret that. But also with Circus Manager in the game, CS is gonna never go on the Ox spots anymore, so occupations become a lot more free. Like it should be pretty easy to play Ox, so this is fine. This is totally fine. Econ Shot just day labors. That's day labor is a much stronger action in original. There's a lot less food injection in original. CS has a magician. Oh, sick. That's why he didn't take conjure. This is sick. He wound up getting rewarded with a first pick conjure. He has a magician, and he's going to play a stage star. This is very strong. Magician says that you get a food and a grain every time you take traveling as your last action. I could just take Greenstone Food here again and assume I'm going to get Ock back, but I probably should just be responsible and free Ock Family Counselor. Yeah, I'll just be responsible. It's time to get the Family Counselor going. It's a good card. Sheep do flip here, which is probably good. It means there's a bit more food in the game. So Family Counselor says I have to go on the same board. So my next action really needs to be on this piece of cardboard. This is a piece of cardboard. The cardboard break is here. And then the other piece of cardboard break is here. So there's 3 boards, one here, one here, and one here. And Family Counselor wants me to take all my actions on the same board. So, I mean, getting occupation back here and being able to play Fisherman's Apprentice would be pretty sweet. It would put me under a little food pressure, because well, I'd probably manage. It would be a little tight, but I should also read Harbor Master. Am I playing Harbor Master? How does it work? Whenever I fish, I get a read. Whenever somebody else's fish, I get a read and a food. Sweet. Wow, 2 clay from Econ Sean is surprising. There's 3 wood, there's reedstone food, and there's Ock. But he chose to take 2 clay. I don't remember what miners I passed him. The only thing I can imagine that is Guildhall. But even then, that was surprising. I'm hoping to get Ock here because if it's 3 wood, I can't really take 3 wood because of Family Counselor. Oof, yeah, okay, we get lucky there. So I do get Ock back. Um, so I will play Fisherman's Apprentice. I get to play occupations when people fish. I already paid my food there, so plus food, Family Counselor. Right? Because I started the game with 3 food. I took a 4th food here. This was free. I paid a food for this, and now I got a food back. Okay, that's good. Yeah. A rock pyramid from Econ Shot. So whenever he builds a stone room, he gets 2 fields. And that was a first pick rock pyramid, which is very concerning because that means he had a strong reason to take it. So this is kind of nutty. CS is ocking out a plowman here on the back of his circus manager magician bullshit space. Just a really cool combo for CS. Kristen already has room parts and the turkey breeder set up. Major is late, so that's a bit of a bummer. My 2 clay might just turn into garbage, but this round I'd love to like reedstone food 3 wood, but okay, that's not happening. So how am I gonna Family Counselor this round? Fish. Oh, Kristen is fishing here, duh. Yeah. If I had wood, I could play Racing Stable Manager here, but I don't have wood. So that's actually or I could play Master Stableman and steal the sheep. That would have been hilarious, but I could play Harbor Master. Whenever I use fishing, whatever other, yeah, we'll play this. Okay, I think I take the 3 wood here because I could start player Reed Pond pretty happily. I have 3 ox down now, so I also could just play another occupation, although that's probably wrong. But yeah, I'll take from this board. So we got a Fisherman's Apprentice Harbor Master combo. We really have spiked the fishing spot. We have enough food. We have food trickling in off Family Counselor, which is very strong here because, yeah, my food is tight. There's not a lot of extra food in this game. Actually, there's really not any extra food in the game, so. I'm pretty content with the idea, though, of just like start player Reed Pod, just take Reedstone food anyhow. Well, unless there's 6 wood. But I don't expect there to be 6 wood. There's a lot of actions left. Somebody's taking 3 wood. Econ Shot might free Ock. But we'll see. I probably do want to build the BMW to feed this game. I'm injecting extra Reed with Harbor Master and with Reed Pond. And I don't have great feeding. So Reedstone food for a BMW is actually pretty defensible also. Yeah. Yeah, I think things are going okay. It's a little tricky because I still want to play Racing Stable Manager, still want to play Master Stableman, and then I want to be able to abuse that combo at some point, but like I need food and wood and stuff to make it all work. Econ Sean builds 3 stables. Wow. Wow. That was unexpected. I would expect Kristen's taking the sheep anyhow. But yeah, Econ Sean saying Econ Sean keeps mentioning that he's bringing out his clown game, and this is very clowny. Like, wow, CS is taking 3 stone so he can get a clay oven, presumably, or 3 clay so he can get clay oven. But this could be taking the sheep, so I could start player into 6 wood potentially. Because I think Kristen really wants these sheep instead of letting them go to econ. So I think I'm getting 6 wood here, which is a really quite a fine break by me. I'm not gonna complain about that. The only slight problem of taking 6 wood is that my family counselor gets a little tough to operate with. Because if I take 6 wood, I need like 2 reed or major in order to actually get that food back. But 6 wood actions are great. 6 wood action could potentially put me in position to just like double build actually because of my reed pod I'm gonna play. We'll see. I really don't know. This game is something. Animal Tamer's Apprentice from Kristen. So at the start of each round, Kristen is gonna get animals for each room. So Kristen's definitely building room. Econ almost certainly is going to take these sheep. So unless CS first actions at Clay Oven, I think I can SP 6 wood into Fireplace. So I like that. I have some reed getting delivered to me. And we take 6 wood. 6 wood's good. I have to assume these sheep go to Econ Sean. I would guess that Econ Sean is doing this because he has like, I would have guessed like Parchment, but this is a first pick Rock Pyramid. I did not see Rock Pyramid in the draft. So, but yeah, he's definitely taking the sheep and he gets them. So kudos to him. But I mean, this Animal Tamer's Apprentice is fun too. It definitely adds sheep to the game, which is good. So I'm a fan of that. But yeah, just some wildness here. Like, wild early game. Ooh, if CS is gonna Clay Oven, so I kind of am blocked here from my preferred action. But I mean, I might get Reedstone food here because Kristen has to build. If Kristen doesn't build, I get to build. So I could just take Reedstone food and give up on Family Counselor because, I mean, the other alternative is I take 2 Reed, but 2 Reed is just worse. I need a Reedstone food for BMW. CS building a clay oven already is slightly intriguing. It indicates he really has a use for a lot of food to me. But yeah, I just redstone food here. I don't get any family counselor stuff, but I got 6 wood. Family counselor can work later. It's fine. I can potentially take wood and double build still too. That's very much an option for me. So, Econ Sean takes clay, not taking the reed. So there also might just be a lot of reed in this game because people doesn't like Sean is totally ignoring. I don't know what Cat his name's Lap, but I know he's Econ Sean on the other site. So CS has the stage star. Not a surprise at all. Very much was expected. I Unfortunately, it went to me for some reason. That doesn't make sense. Kristen has an action left. Something about refresh happened there. Um, I might stay start player here though. Nobody. Oh, CS does have room parts, so I have to build at the start of next round unless I want to go for the double build. Um, Kristen does take the 2 reed. Okay, I mean that's defensible. I can just take 4 wood. I just take 4 wood here, and CS probably builds, but then I might wheel Reedstone food? Is there any chance of that? Nah, it's really unlikely. I'm not sure there's a great reason I shouldn't just be double building, though. It's also really hard to pass on a 4 wood action, so I'm just going to do it. I'm gonna do this and see where we go. CS did play Stage Star, so anybody can take Traveling Players and get a wood with it from CS, so that's also just kind of fun. But Econ Sean does take Reedstone food now, so that's very defensible, but it does mean that my action on the wheel is questionable unless I get build rooms on the wheel. If CS doesn't build, that's amazing. But yeah, no, CS builds like he's supposed to. My food is tight, so I could just build fireplace. But yeah, actually Kristen has a sheep, right? Yeah, Kristen should have a sheep in her house because of Animal Tamer's Apprentice. Yeah. Okay. Um, I could just take 2 wood and a food. 2 wood and a food might be my action. Whoa, Kristen has the parchment. Wow, okay. So remember how I said it might be parchment? Yikes. So Kristen has parchment at the start of every round. Kristen gets a sheep. At the start of every round, Kristen can spend a sheep for an occupation. So wild stuff. Kristen's food's kind of bad though. I could still just build a fireplace here. It's just, do I keep ignoring family counselor? That's the awkward part, but like fireplace is good. Or just take the 2 wood and a food. 2 wood and a food's a good action. How am I feeding? Like, my food is tight. My food's very tight. I probably need the fireplace and then hope to get those sheep. That's awkward. It's definitely awkward. CS is not happy that Kristen is choosing to fight for growth, but CS can live. I think I'm supposed to build this fireplace. This 2 clay goes to waste and my food gets awkward, but not family counseling early is also awkward. Not family counseling is awkward. It also doesn't look like a great family counselor round next round because I kind of want to take 2 sheep. And then what am I going to do on the wheel? But whatever. We do this. We do this. Wow, renovate to the cooking hearth. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's not that shocking. Again, Rock Pyramid suggests something. So, and has a hearth and sheep. I mean, that part's nice. CS takes the 3 wood. Makes a lot of sense. Kristen is fishing! Fish! Alright, we take that. So we get a reed, we get a food back, we do all that, and we have a master stableman for those lovely sheep. Lovely sheep, come to us. All right, what flips in round 6? It is a late growth game, so I actually probably do only want to build 1 room and then just use all this reed for a BMW still. So I think this round is take the sheep, get them breeding with stables, and then build a BMW. Kristen is getting a sheep and spending a sheep for an occupation. Kristen has a shepherd. So is she taking the sheep here? Or she just plans to get a lot of sheep later? She is taking the sheep here. Wow. Well, that's a big bummer. Okay, can we start player build and feed? I really don't like Kristen not securing growth here. I think that's a bad move. Do I start build? I mean, CS could stable block. CS is the sort of player that might stable block. And then I'm just sad. Just very sad. This family counselor is really bad. Like... Okay. I kind of need BMW. Like, I absolutely need BMW. So I'm majoring a BMW at some point. And then I'm just not family counseling again unless I do, like, 3 wood BMW, which is maybe defensible enough. Yeah, maybe that's the play here. 3 wood BMW. Sure, just taking lots of wood can't be too wrong. 3 wood BMW. It's good enough. CS is gonna start player. Like, it's just always what CS does here. CS start players to get growth. And then, yeah, I mean, Econ doesn't have room parts, and he'll get there eventually, but... I admittedly have a route. I could triple build, but... Econ just takes Reedstone food. I think that was pretty predicted. I mean, Econ presumably needs a bunch of reed and stone, renovate, rock pyramid. Like, I don't totally know what he's up to because I don't even remember what I passed him. But CS start players with, baking field. That's pretty sweet. CS can try to sow into the baking field, and that's great food with the clay oven. Just great food. Kristen takes the clay. That's fine. I just build the BMW here. BMW really helps solve my feeding. And so be it. I mean, the Master Stableman didn't work here, but... Wow, Acquirer from... Oh my god. Acquirer is super strong, but waiting this late to acquire is really wrong. I think this is really poor. I mean, he's going to get a pair of cows breeding by the end of stage 2 at least, but he could have had so much food. And I mean, he knows this isn't how he's supposed to play it, but yeah, damn. I mean, that's that this is not how you're supposed to play Acquirer, but whatever. But yeah, this is nuts. CS grows here. I can get away with start build here. If Kristen doesn't protect, I absolutely can start build because nobody's building stables. So yeah, I'm very willing to start build here. Just winter garden, planter box stuff, build rooms. Oh, I can't build multiple rooms though. I still can only build one room because I don't have enough reed. I need a reed to eat, so I can't actually double build. The board's also really nice. Like, I don't know. I probably just take 4 wood. Like, I don't know if I really want a start player to build, like, in order to build, because like if I just build, I think it's just fine. I like just like take 4 wood into build here. I mean, Econ Sean looks a mile away from rooms. So yeah, I just take 4 wood. 4 wood's just a good action. Like, just get lots of wood. I'll be able to fence. I'll be able to build stables. Like, just get the stuff I really want. Again, the board situation is awkward here though, because like 3 reed's a good action, but reedstone food's also a good action for me. I actually reedstone food into double build next round would be sweet, but CS very well might take. No, CS is gonna double sow, right? CS is definitely gonna sow into these fields. It's so strong for CS. Oh, and he has a lemon trader that he played. I think CS definitely sows here, but I could be wrong. I can't get reedstone food on the wheel though, so that's a bummer. Econ Sean needs lots of reedstone foods for his game plan. Fair enough. I might still just take 3 reed then and just keep saying Family Counselor is a garbage card for. It's not. Well, it's not a garbage card. It's a good card. It's just not working. Like, it's just not timing out well for me. Oh, I also have to be careful here because if I don't build, CS can lemon trade his way to stupid reed and build another room in front of me. Oh, that's awkward. It's all sorts of awkward. I might have to build this round, which is unfortunate. I don't want to build. I don't know if I don't not want to build, but I want to get away without fighting for growth. That's what I want. I want to just get growth at this point. It's a late growth game. I don't want to fight for it. I just want it. Um but whatever. Uh Racing stable manager plus uh master stableman should still be pretty good fun. CS is gonna say screw it. Wow, CS is gonna just 2 grade to 2 read and build in front of me anyhow. Wow. Okay. Well, that forces Kristen to start player to grow. So yeah, I guess whatever. I'm just getting pushed further behind, but I think this is kind of suicide by CS. Like, he's using his grain to not feed with. He did build up a lot of food, and he's gonna get another grow action, but like, I think this is wild. I'm shocked. He must have Meadow, but even that, I don't know if that works. Actually, Econ Sean has to have Meadow. Meadow makes way too much sense with these 3 stables. You can hold all animal types. Like, Econ Sean has Meadow. He kept Meadow. Like, it'd be stunning if he didn't. Kristen does start player for grow like she's supposed to. I might get 6 wood at the start of next round. Seems unlikely, but I think I just do take 3 reed here. 3 reed really just gives me an option to double build, or it lets me just really make sure my BMW goes well for a long time. So whatever. It's again a bad family. It's been a bad family counselor, but it's partly because I'm not planning my family counselor well. So whatever. Next round also doesn't look great for my family counselor because I probably want to take a crazy wood pile. Yeah. Stable master here to hold extra animals. I am getting a 6 wood action then because Kristen has to grow. So, I mean, whatever. I get another 6 wood action this game. I probably do go back to double building then. Actually, if I get 6 wood here, I probably should just build 2 rooms, even if they come late and slow. Like, whatever. Um, It's still not clear that Econ Sean is anywhere near a room, although Econ Sean could take 5 clay and be threatening a room, but his rock pyramid suggests that he has other plans. Who knows? It is Play Agricola Heroic Logic. We got a mini tournament, and things are zany. Absolutely zany. Kristen just putting on a cook in order to save some future food. Fine, doesn't concern me. I'm taking 6 wood here because 6 wood is, yeah, it's just 6 wood. And then I probably try to get the sheep on the wheel, but honestly, I might not get the sheep. The sheep are crazy under contention this game, which is unfortunate. But I gotta take 6 wood, and then actually, yeah, a pair of sheep, master stable. I just apparently like am building way too late though. Winter Deadwood from Kristen. Fine, I'll take a card into my hand. But the move is take 6 wood. 6 wood is good. The real dream is that Kristen wants to take these fish for food again, just because she can't eat sheep. So she fishes. I pay a food for an ox. I put out racing stable. I get a food read back, and then I get to take sheep and plow. That's a dream. Boar did not flip, which is also a shame. Paraboar would have been also excellent, but Econ Sean takes the 3 stone. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, but he's not taking the clay, so he's not threatening rooms. Kristen also could build again. I did forget about that. Although, if everybody just keeps building out of wood, I think they're going to kill themselves. So I'm going to kind of just dare people to do that, I think. And I'm just going to try to build next round. CS is growing next round regardless. I mean, I guess I could build to force CS to start player. But CS will start player, so I don't really have that much desire to challenge him. I also could just take 5 clay here and get a food if I'm allowed to. Although I don't really know what I'm doing with the 5 clay. I'm hoping to just reno with Flat Hill this game, so it's really not clear to me that clay actually does anything for me. I have no plans for the clay. Kristen is going to just build again. This honestly seems insane to me. Like, I feel like these, I guess I'm supposed to have built sooner, but this just feels like suicide to these for these players to me. I'm just shocked. They don't have wood and they don't even have good food. But I guess I guess I'm just floating growth too long this game. Whatever. I take these sheep and I'm gonna just build 2 stables. Not using racing stable manager for only 2 stables is gonna be sad, or for 2 fields is gonna be sad. But I mean, 2 sheep and 2 stables for 2 wood is tough to pass on. Should have built rooms sooner though. I'm getting punished for continuing to ignore rooms. I just keep being like, these players have to do other things. They can't afford to do this, but they keep saying yes, yes we can. I also get plus food there for family counts there. CS still does have to start player to grow. Yeah, I'm growing very late this game. I mean, I'm pretty much just losing this game at this point. I think. Although nobody has like a great game going. Yeah, I mean, nobody has a great game going. I do have a huge edge in wood, just a massive edge in wood. If this is on start player, I'm pretty annoyed. Why are you start player in 4 CS? This is a terrible. Okay, he's renovating. Never mind. Oh, that makes plenty of sense. He's pretty close to building this stone room, actually. Um, He just needs one more Reedstone food. Okay, yeah, that was on Reno. Duh. Okay. Okay. We're all on the same page. That's fine. CS plays Reno materials on start player. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna be incredibly tempted to block. Oh, he doesn't even have a wood to steal, so never mind. Doesn't really matter. CS grows nada, it looks like. But hey, he grew, and he's in a clay house, and he has some fields from plowmen. But I can't believe that he ate or turned those 2 grain into 2 reed instead of sowing. It's just such a crazy difference in his food and his grain score and just everything. But whatever. Land agent here off of this parchment stuff is fun. Oh, Kristen also built because of Animal Tamer's Apprentice. Duh. That actually makes a decent amount of sense. I guess I play the Racing Stable Manager. It's a bit late, but whatever. There's 6 clay, but I don't need it. I can just keep taking all the wood. And then I still just double build anyhow because I have all the wood. Yeah, I just take all the wood. Just, if these players are going to build a ton of wood rooms, take all the wood. Just be like, you guys have no wood. You're going to wood starve. You built too many wood rooms, and you're never going to fence. And you're just going to wood starve. And finally, just punish them that way. I mean, annoyingly, I'm not start player in here, so Kristen is just going to get to grow. But does Kristen even want to grow, or does Kristen want to keep this silly Animal Tamer's Apprentice running? We'll find out. CS wisely takes 3 wood. Makes tons of sense. CS has to take 3 wood. 6 clay for Kristen. Makes all the sense in the world. Cat and Lap can finally build, so I need to build here. The real question is, should I actually be building these 2 rooms? But I think I've gathered so much wood. I'm supposed to just build 2 wood rooms, right? I still have 18 wood, which is enough for some stables and full fencing. Like, it seems like I have to build 2 rooms. Oh, I also could have built a stable there, just manually. It actually might have been right to build a manual stable. Because I'm not sure I'm getting animal pairs. But, meh, we'll do this. I mean, I might get the pair of boar next round, if Kristen actually grows in front of me. So, whatever. We do this. Plus F fam counselor. And feed 1, read 1 food. We're at least breeding sheep 2 here, so that's nice. Whoops, that was too much. So, I mean, I don't know. Our game can't be that bad anymore, right? We still have all of our wood for fencing. We're growing mega late. That's still the dumb thing. We're growing stupidly late. But we hopefully reno off Flat Hill. We do need to plow. I gotta find time to plow. But, I mean, my fences are done. So really, the rest of my game is plowing and getting some crops. And then multiply my crops with planter box off of a late sow. It's still probably a pretty good game for late growth. If I can get enough crops to actually veggie lovers some points at the end of the game, still might be legit enough. Wind up in a 4-room clay house, max fences, a lot of stables, hopefully some good animal points, and good crop points. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I can't. I just don't know for sure. I mean, I assume Kristen is just gonna grow next round, but I'm kind of hoping Kristen wants to just keep this silly sheep thing running. Kristen really needs to build a hearth here. Oh no, it doesn't because it cook. But yeah, I don't know. Kristen also has terrible wood problems because Kristen has to pay 4 wood back at the end of the game for turkey breeder. I mean, there are still 5 rounds to gather wood, but all 3 of my opponents are incredibly wood tight, and I have all the wood. I've gotten 2 6 wood actions and like 3 4 wood actions, so hopefully I can prove that just all of those efficient wood actions were were enough, and the fact that CS lost so much grain by turning grain into reed in order to build, and Kristen lost all of her wood by forcing another build. Hopefully I can prove that their extra actions were not worth building those wood rooms. But I can't. Ooh, and you get to steal a wood. CS got stuffed on traveling and is annoyed about it, but it CS getting stuffed on traveling was very reasonable. 3 food wood is nice. Yeah, like I don't. CS can be as annoying. Like CS definitely wanted to get a gray in there with magician, but CS got blocked. It definitely is annoying. I'm not gonna disagree. Actually, does CS starve? Yeah, I mean CS is annoyed about that, but I mean I'm actually really confused how CS feeds here. Is he eating a raw gray, the raw veg, or is he just taking a beggar? CS never wrote his feeding in chat, and I literally, you owe 7 food, buddy. Like he grew, right? He's at 4 family members. He had a newborn. Um, yeah, he totally messed that up. Like he needed to day labor there. I think. I'm perfectly fine letting him give up his veg and instead having a food here. We'll see what he does here. I was really expecting CS to day labor. Um, that TP definitely screwed CS. I agree with that. But CS, whatever. Okay, Kristen probably should grow. If Kristen doesn't grow, I easily take 2 boar plus a stable plus a field and eat some sheep. It'd be totally fine. It'd be actually very strong. The Parabor here is a very strong action for me. Even if Kristen, well, if Kristen lets me grow, I grow. I grow. Growing is worth it, but Parabor is nice. Parabor means family counselor is gonna be crap. Like it's just not gonna work again. But family counselor, whatever, is tough to make work when I have so many desires. I actually didn't cook the H, blah, blah, blah. Kristen is growing with a turnip field. Okay, that's fine. I get the Parabor, and I'm growing super late, but this is fine. It's not, again, it's not great, but it's survivable. A minus wood for stable, minus food for eye action seems totally fine. I'm eating that and that, and I eat 1 sheep. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, not presumably Cannon Lap here is going to build a room, and then he could start player in order to grow in front of me. And honestly, I think I'm gonna just dare him to do that. I'm gonna take the pair of sheep on the wheel and get another field and another stable done, and just get that done if I'm allowed to. Cannon Lap doesn't even build. Oh, tower builder, duh. Oh, CS is just really annoyed. Yeah, CS just I don't know. CS gets in these moods sometimes where he gets annoyed when people take his action, and he had a plan, but like CS could have been had great food this game, and instead he did what he did. I don't have to start player here for the next growth. Cadillac is gonna get a beautiful double build, with Tower Builder. It's super sick. All right, we at least get all of this nonsense done. It's definitely a bit late for all of this, but so be it. Next round. Next round, the plan is to just grow and fence. Just get done with our fencing so that we can breed everything. And we'll have at least good food, good fences, good stables. We have some fields. We still have dreams of a late flat hill for Reno. We have planter box for some extra crops, and really we just gotta gather crops and fields for the last couple rounds, which isn't ideal, but yeah, I mean, this is a huge move. Tower building 2 stone rooms and getting 3 fields is awesome. I mean, it's what his whole game is. It looks a little slow with Acquirer coming quite slow. But hey, Econ Sean did some stuff. Charity, yeah, sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat. Yeah, Ikatara, William from Play Agricola is running a charity tournament here. So there's donations if you go to his stream at Play Agricola. Yeah, the charity thing won't work. You got to go to his stream, but you can find it at Play Agricola. I should really figure out his exact streamer thing. If somebody else can link to it, that'd be sweet. Kristen plays Reno materials. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I eventually, I guess, could play Reno materials too. So there's really no run pressure. God, there's a pair of cows next round too. I really want a pair of cows, but I can't take them. CS is at least getting a wood. He's wisely spamming 3 wood super fast. Kristen looks totally wood dead to me. Just like in the worst ways possible. I mean, Kristen is probably start playing for 4 wood. Or Krista might be start playing for the cows. I really don't know. Acquiring a grain makes total sense. I again will just grow and fence. Growing and fencing is fine this round. I'm growing stupidly late. I mean, both these players are at 4 while we're at 2. Cattle dealer for Kristen is incredibly stupendously bold. Whenever you fence a pat, like you could just take 2 cows here. You probably have to take 4 wood, but like you aren't fencing anytime soon. Like maybe she's gonna prove me wrong, and or yeah, they're gonna prove me wrong in fence. I don't know. I will grow. Growing even this late is fine. Planter box is good. I at least have some really good feeding going on here. I still can eat a sheep and still can eat a reed. I have just, I got food figured out at least. Although my BMW is not looking great because, yeah, this reed keeps getting taken for other things. So Bake from, yeah, CS can't even bake into his baking fields. Econ Shot is really blocking CS, but I mean, this is the danger for CS in running his strat. He aggressively grew instead of figuring out food. He could have just sown 2 grain fields. And I'm really not convinced. I mean, he's also gotten unlucky, but their game plans are certainly getting in each other's way. I can't deny that. I mean, also Econ has no wood. Like this, there's no wood over here. That looks bad. But anyhow, I want fences quite badly. And yeah, I mean, I really do think Lap is just doing his best actions here, and it's terribly getting in CS's way. But I don't have much sympathy for CS choosing to turn 2 grain into 2 reed and putting himself in a huge food and a huge wood hole, and he's not proving that he can come back from that. So 3 stone is tempting because there's a well just hanging out, and I love to take 3 stone, but I think it's really just a distraction in a game where I can just be the first to fully fence. I mean, the cows did get taken here also, which is a bit bummer, but yeah. We just fence 15 and go about our merry way here. Like, how can it be bad to fence 15? It's not a great round to fence because but I already have my animal pairs. I already have breeding animals. I already have max stables. I already have fences. Um, like my game is actually, despite growing super late, quite good because I got super efficient wood actions, and everybody else has some wood problems. All right, you gotta love this whole BMW breeding animals feeding engine thing. It feels great. Econ isn't start playing, so I get growth next round too if I want it, but I might not even do it. Anyhow, I should stop talking to CS. I think CS is just in one of these moods. But what is the most optimum fencing actually? You can only think of 14, giving 2 squares for each animal. I don't know if there's an optimum fencing necessarily, right? There's so many good fence layouts depending on what the position is. So anyhow, I really want to hit flat hill, so I need to gather 4 crops and sow them all, which is asking a decent bit. Family counselor could get me crops, but it's a little tricky to get crops off family counselor because you have to go on the same board with all your family members, and like, how am I going to go on the same board? Like, I could potentially plow here, but maybe I probably should just grow. Just grow. Feels hard for just grow to be wrong. It does mean that family counselor is pretty much never going to work, but It's okay. I play Burstone, or no, not Burstone. Actually, different miner. Ugh. All right, there we go. I may as well play Winter Garden here. Just so I have an option to sow into Winter Garden in case sowing comes faster than I think, and I somehow get more crops than I think. But I mean, the rest of my round is probably just like take veg, grain, plows. Like really, the rest of my game is veg, grain, plows. Pair of cows would be lovely if I could get them. But actually, I might get a pair of cows. Cadillac has a pair of cows, and Kristen is going to get a pair of cows when she fences because of cattle dealers. So like, pair of cows actually very much comes back to me. So yeah, I really just want to take plows and then take some crops. And that's just really the rest of my game here. I don't have a ton of actions, but I have enough food that I don't really have to take food actions. Yeah, CS played a minimalist, tried to not play many improvements. Just a couple of points off that. I think I just plow here, or do I need crops worse? I probably should take crops, right? In case I get plow sow or something. I should probably take grain veg this round. Yeah, I should probably take grain veg this round. Although, is taking grain make any sense, or taking veg first? I'll take veg first. Planter box should still be really sick here too. If I can sow crops and then sow again. Kristen fed too much. Oh, because of cook. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take a grain here, and then yeah, well, maybe I take plow here instead. No, I should take a grain just in case I get plow sow. Plow sow is sick with planter box. Planter box is so good. Yeah, whenever I sow, I get an extra 2 grain or an extra veg. Oh, so good. So good. This is looking okay for me still, especially if I get away with a late flat hill, I think. Flat hill, I just have to have 4 planted fields, and then I just get to drop. Oh, and I can, if I get away, I can get away with a veggie lover yet too, if I get enough crops planted. Plow did get taken, not surprising. Although actually a little surprising that Cadillac plowed. He's aggressively plowed. Like, why does he need all these fields? He has very little wood for fencing. CS gets his fencing done at least. I mean, CS's game is, despite all of CS's caterwauling, still is pretty good, right? I mean, he has his fences, he has his fields from plowmen. He doesn't have much for crops. He doesn't have much for animals, I guess. So, but although CS is getting these animal pairs because nobody's taking them, like, I don't know. We'll see. I understand. CS could have been accelerating out of this game even more. Like he had a lot of efficiency off of Magician Circus Manager, and it could have gone even better. But harvest at end of round. Oh, manure. Oh, that's cool. So then he's gonna like re-sow or something. Okay. I definitely want plow sow. I also want a pair of cows pretty badly. But the cows aren't that important. Well, the cows are great points, but plow sow is even better. I'm gonna take a grain and hope for plow sow. It's not super likely. I mean, Kristen very well opens plow sow instead of grow. Yeah, maybe not. I'm gonna take a grain and hope for plow sow. If I don't get plow sow, that's how it goes. Um, and then I just get a pair of cows, or I get grow. I mean, there's a lot of good things. It looks like the board is pretty sick. I mean, again, there's just animal pairs. The wood pressure is still high amongst other players, so they have to take it. And again, my only actions are to take crops, to take fields, and to sow. That's all I really need to do this game. Well, and to take cows. To take a bit of food. I need a little food. Well, I have animals and a fireplace. And I can eat reed. I probably eventually want to take a reed stack again. Although Fisherman's Apprentice Harbor Master might feed me, and I put out a veggie lover still. Kristen does take the boar. hungry enough, I guess. Oh, also, wait a sec. I've been saying that Cadillac doesn't have enough food or doesn't have enough wood to fence, but that's a complete lie. Cadillap's game is still quite good also. He's in a 4-room stone house. He's going to grow stupidly late, but he's absolutely taking a boar or acquiring a boar, and then he's going to play meadow and be able to fence the outside of these spaces for cheap. It's going to be really sick. The meadow is going to be quite huge. Like, this is a really atypical acquirer game, and it's definitely funky, but I mean, Econshawn's a good enough player. He's going to find a way to do a pretty good game. Um, He's gonna. I mean, he's growing for the first time in round 13, and yet I still think it's okay. Um, CS is taking 2 sheep first. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. He doesn't want to travel yet because yeah, it has to be last action. Yeah. Um, yeah. This game is. This game's tight. I mean, it's a bunch of good players doing good things. I don't actually know who's ahead. There's no bonus points either. No global bonus points. Nobody has like crazy good stuff. I don't have that much improvement points. Really, nobody has a ton of offboard points. CS has some. Nobody's built the well. It's been a fairly late stone game, and then Reedstone food just hasn't been getting taken because it's just too slow. Kristen is ready to reno to stone, so that's cool. Nobody did take start player, so I'm getting Plowsow or Grow or a pair of cows. I want Plowsow the most, and I think I want cows. I just don't care that much about Grow. Grow is fine, but it's just not that important. I'm pretty happy with like pair of cows, take a veg and a grain and start player, as crazy as that is, because I can sow, or I should just plow. I really need to get these crops sown. I have to get the crops sown, so I have to guarantee a sow action, and I really want to hit Flat Hill. It's very good. So even like pair of cows into sow next round, just sowing my crops, and then trying to get plow sow or plow and a few more fields, like that could work too. But it's definitely take plow so if I can. I can't. I take the pair of cows then. Pair of cows I think is just better than growing here for me, honestly. It's kind of wild, but I like Cadenlap I guess could grow, but he really wants to take the boar and grow meadow. Oh, he's acquiring the boar. Okay, that makes tons of sense. Um, that's fine. I really do kind of want the sow action, but CS really needs the sow, I think. I think CS wants to sow into the baking field. Oh, Kristen played a handmaid. I missed that. Yeah, Kristen can't actually grow with handmaid yet. Kristen has big issues with fencing, like just not enough wood to fence and pay off turkey breeder. Cadillac is going to go for the double grow, and that's very cool. He's going to grow meadow then with his next action, and then he desperately wants fences in the final round. CS blocks the other plow. I am sowing. My action is to sow. I mean, it's probably going to piss CS off, but sow is my best action. It gets me grain and veg in the ground, and then I can start player onto plow sow into my house, and trigger Flat Hill. So I mean I'm gonna sow and then try to start player for plow sow. Um, Kristen is fencing 6 and buying the cows. That makes sense, but Kristen needs 4 wood in order to pay off turkey breeder. Every wood that you don't pay back, you take a beggar for. So Kristen has to take some more wood at some point. I have to sow here. I have a planter box. This is grow with meadow. It's sick. It's beautiful. He needs a fence action in the final round. Nobody's contesting the fence. CS starts. That's unfortunate. Yeah. I'm probably not getting away with Flat Hill, so I probably should just take this crazy clay pile and just accept, hey, I can reno normally. I mean, it's really not a problem, right? I wanted to get away with Flat Hill stuff, but I guess there's an 8 clay action, so uh, I'll I'll settle for an 8 clay action and reno the normal way. It's gonna cost me a read, but oh well. I can take 2 clay, or I can take 2 stone here even to get pottery and possibly get this clay pile too, because nobody wants it. So it's actually a pretty decent sequence for me, because again, I was running out other ways to make points. Kristen is getting some of the necessary wood back. Kristen could fence block Cannon Lap, which would be pretty fun. Okay, I got 5 actions left this game. At this point, I'm not sowing that many more crops. I'm probably not even getting that many more fields. I'm definitely winding up with a sad amount of that stuff. This veggie lover's not going to do much either. But, okay, so options. I take 2 stone here and expect to get red improvement, but there's not a great reason for me to get red improvement, right? Why am I getting red improvement next round? Don't know. CS is going to open plow sow. Kristen has no need to grow, so actually I get to open next round with grow. I want to take the reed stack, because I also am going to need it to feed, and to reno. But then I potentially want to plow. I have a lot of ways to get points, but just taking 2 stone here and being able to renovate pottery is probably worth it. Yeah, let's go with that theory. I don't know about that move for sure. I feed 2H, 1 reed, 1 food. And we breed some other animals. And we harvest. If we somehow get plow sow here, it's amazing. But CS is 100% plow sow, and yeah, bet he does. I will just grow then, right? Or is grow even correct? Grow has to be. Well, or do I just red oh, I can't red pottery. Yeah, so Kristen has priority on reno too. Kristen could take 2 stone here to be able to renovate to the well. That seems pretty sick. Kristen's also going to grow with handmade at some point. And then Kristen might plow. Kristen and I both kind of want that plow action. It's just 2 points, which is good. I want red improvement, but I guess if I don't get red improvement, it's probably okay. I can just build the pottery. Yeah, Kristen's going to go for the well option. So, I mean, I guess I just build the pottery and I don't even worry about reno necessarily. I grow pottery, reed, and then I still could just play reno materials or reno. If I grow here, I'm going to have to possibly eat some sheep and boar. That's okay. I can survive that. So, yeah, just take the grow. This also blocks CS and Cadillac from growing. That's probably good because I think they're my competitors. I mean, this game's going to be pretty close, but I have stables and animals. I don't have full fields, but Cadillac has to fence, like desperately has to fence here. But fencing is huge. It's still a really good fence act. Well, it's not a great fence action. He only has 4 wood, so he fences these three, and then the outsides are free, which actually screws up his animal breeding. Huh. Maybe he gets greedy. I don't think Kristen's actually going to block his fencing, so I think Cat and Lap could take wood and fence more. Okay. Apparently, Cat and Lab didn't take a wood, but like it's pretty late in my opinion to take this wood. Like I don't want to be a stickler, but like you took that action like 6 rounds ago and haven't been showing that you had wood. Like I don't I don't feel great. I don't want to. I don't like being the guy in tournament settings that's all ticky tacky. I let people take moves back like right away. This whole game I've been allowing people to be like, yeah, whatever, we could. But this is like 5 rounds back. Like I don't feel comfortable. Like this is always ugly. Like I don't. Econ Sean really wants to fight for the fact that he should have 1 more wood, and I don't blame him. He probably should have 1 more wood, but we're 5 rounds in. Like we're a lot later. Like this is tough. I mean, again, I feel for him, but Yeah, so Kristen would have played last round differently. So I think we have to just play the board as is. He's actually going to ask for the tournament organizer to get a rule in. I don't blame him, but I kind of do. Like, I get he hasn't played the card set in a while, and I get it's annoying to remember every card, so it's tough, but, like, it's hard to undo this. Like, it's 5 rounds ago. Like, just move on. Like, what's the confusion? He wants to. Okay, so all it is Cadenlap apparently forgot CS. Cadenlap forgot CS's stage star. He took traveling players, got 3 food, and didn't take the wood. CS wrote -wood in chat. Kristen commented that 3 wood and a food or 3 food and a wood seemed reasonable. Cadenlap apparently didn't take the wood. None of us noticed. He did that in round 9. It's round 14, and we're claiming that if he had a different wood amount, it possibly impacts what other players were doing in previous rounds. Because Cadenlap having 5 wood so that he could fence a very reasonable amount here is pretty different from him having the 4 wood he does. Kristen is arguing that she wouldn't have taken 2 wood actions last round, hoping for a 4 wood action this round. And I think it would have happened, because if Cadenlap doesn't need to take wood, like, it's just so hard. Like, Cadenlap has been showing 4 wood for like 5 rounds now, and he's claiming he should have had 1 more wood this whole time. But you weren't showing that, and it impacts people's moves. Like, Cadenlap is definitely annoyed about it, though. But I agree. I think it's just too far back. I really feel for him, because it's a format with a lot of cards he doesn't know, and it's hard to remember everything. I sympathize. I do. I've been allowing takebacks all game on minor things. He asked about his field. I was totally okay with that. Move your field. I've changed a mind. Like, everybody at this table, I think, has done a takeback as long as it was within, like, a move or two. We allowed CS to undo and do day labor instead of veg because I caught him that he was doing his food wrong. But it's so hard to be like, if you had an extra wood, people might have taken different actions. I don't know they would have, but it's conceivable people take different actions if you have a different wood count here. And so for me, it's just really hard to say that we can undo it. Like, I feel really bad. I do. Like, it's not. I I totally get Cadenlap's arguments here that, yeah, he obviously wants the wood. It matters a lot. It, it does. I get it. It sucks to not have an extra wood here, and now he has to calculate more points. But just just take 3 wood. Like, you're not going to get fence blocked. I don't think Kristen's pretty clearly going to run a well. Like, whatever. I don't know. It's fine. Pottery is a 4-point play for me. Reed is actually only a 2-point play for me, but it enables me to reno materials. I mean, my remaining game is maybe just take clay, take reed. Oh wait, I don't have enough actions. I was gonna say I could take clay, take reed, play pottery, and play reno materials, but I actually don't have that. And crap. This is the other problem of taking so long to make an action. The game thinks you're inactive, and we might have just lost the game. I don't know if anybody saved the game. Looks like CS did because he's smart. That's good. Whew. Okay. Well, not losing the game is appreciated. I really do, and again, I do. I feel bad for Econ Sean. Playing a format where you don't know all the cards is painful, and obviously a wood here makes a big difference to him. It really saves him a whole action, but sometimes we make mistakes. It happens. Like, I guess I should have. I've been try. The thing is, I've even been trying to help make sure that he's been on track this whole game. I really thought he took the wood. I just really did, but apparently he didn't. So, I mean, he does take the 3 wood action. That seemed pretty clear to me. I mean, he should get fences back. I don't think anybody's blocking him. He might even still win the game, to be honest. It's not clear to me that he's not winning the game. But yeah. Oh well. Anyhow, we're moving on. Big kerfuffle's over. My layout's a little messed up, but whatever. Kristen just plows. That's fine. I think I do take 4 read here, and Kristen is going to reno improvement because she's going to renovate to the well. And then I just build pottery and play reno materials, I guess. It's a decent way to end out the game. This is some food and points then. Opens up reno. I don't really have other ways to score here, so this feels fair. Farm is wrong. Whoa. Sean fences, so Kristen has to make. No, Fofo. Kristen is not fencing again. Kristen has a turkey breeder, so the 4 wood is for turkey breeder, and so this is just reno to the well, and the 4 wood is just to pay off turkey breeder. There's no more fencing coming from Kristen. Also, I don't really think that's advice necessarily, Fofo, but to be honest, we probably should just stay away from suggesting any lines whatsoever to me. But yeah. Again, I don't really think that was advice or helpful in any way. In fact, again, it was just wrong. But yeah. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if Kristen doesn't renovate to the well. If Kristen wants to major the well and give me reno improvement, much better. Reno pottery is much better for me. But I'll just play the pottery and then reno. That's fine. It's not as good, but it's survivable. Kristen plays the well as expected on major, or yeah, on red major. So I just major out of pottery. We're still hoping that somebody wants to fish here, by the way. Somebody fishing and triggering Veggie Lover and giving me another read and a food is actually quite welcome. Alright, I don't know what's fully happening, but whatever. Econ shot not fencing is a little bold, because like Kristen could still fence block and take more wood, but Cannon Lap probably is winning this game, honestly. It's still just insane. Like, Late Growth Acquirer is sick, and Rock Pyramid Tower Builder was a really fun plan. It was very cloudy, as he said, but I mean, he has max crops. He has pretty good animals. He has stables. He's going to have pastures because of meadow. He has a 4-room stone house. I guess I have a family member on him. I have more off-board points than him, but I have worse crops. I do have better pasture counts and better stable counts, better animals. He has a stone house. So, yeah, I genuinely don't know. Genuinely don't know. My last action has to just be reno. Reno is clearly the best. Hoping somebody fishes. Maybe Kristen fishes for me. No, Kristen grows, right? Yeah, Kristen can grow. Nobody's gonna fish for me. Oh wait, maybe Econ Sean fishes. Probably won't, but we can hope. We can hope fish is the best move. Um, but yeah, this is presumably grow. But we hope. We hope for a fish. And if we don't get fish, whatever. I could play Reno materials on start player. I guess that blocks that potentially blocks Lap from playing something, and it saves me a clay. So I guess technically this is just better. Ugh, I hate play Agricola. Well, I hate. I guess it's just because I have my board, but yeah. But yeah, before I feed here, I'm gonna see if I get gifted. Come on, fish, 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 fish. Fish helps me sneak out a couple more points. I'm expecting Econ Shot to have this though. He has no negatives. I have 3 negatives also, like, and way less fields. Econ Shot almost has to beat me. I'm pretty sure. Uh, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure Catalap actually has won this. Oh, he has points on a Margrave here. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Catalap still wins this game with a really clever nonsense. Yeah, 2-point Margrave. Looks good. I would expect Catalap to have this by quite a few points, honestly. But, you know, hey, things didn't quite work out exactly how I needed them by the end either, so. Yeah, based on these scores, I have 43 plus. Catalap has 42 plus. Catalap has more pluses than I do, I think. But maybe I still win. I breed points. Huh? Yeah, maybe I do have this. We'll see. We'll see. It's very close. Very close. I feed 1 food, 1 reed, 1 grain, and 2 O. I lose seat tiebreak to Catalap though, so I think I still lose. I think I'm just losing. 1 food. 1 grain, 1 reed, 2 O, and then I breed O, breed sheep, breed cow, and it is tight. It's very close, very close. Oh, never mind. I just have a straight 45 though. I do win by a point. I feel very bad for Catalap because he might have won if he remembered his dumb wood then, but you know, hard to say. Yeah, I have no bonuses, but I think I did win then. I missed CS's score, but CS is fast, so it probably has been there for a while. CS said 42. I saw Kristen with 42. Oh, but Catalap's still going to qualify for the final with 44 and second. That makes sense. Oh, CS has it on his farm. Duh. There we go. See that. All right. 42, 42, 45, 44. Boom. Very close game. Okay, that was a wild game. I'm glad that 45 was enough. Yeah, a little sad that I didn't quite get enough plows and sows and didn't get to do veggie lover things. Like, I definitely have. If I could have grown just a little sooner, my game's a lot better because, like, yeah, a couple more plows, a couple more sows, and veggie lover, and then just flat hills, saving the clay and saving the reed for my guilds. But you don't always get everything you want, so. Ooh, the final is Idle, Mike, me, and Econ Sean. That's awesome. That's gonna be really fun. We were the last game apparently, which isn't shocking. We were a bit slow. I mean, Cadillac again doesn't totally know the format, and then we had the big kerfuffle. But all right, thanks all for watching. Thanks all for hanging out. It's really good. I will launch another stream for the final, although I'm pretty sure. Actually, I might not launch a stream for the final because William's going to be doing commentary on the final with everybody else, and that's just really fun and sweet. So you guys should really just watch him for the final. He streams at Play Agricola. I'll get the link, but I think I'll just let him stream that one. I mean, I'm planning on streaming more tomorrow for the tournament, and I always just stream other games. But having games with commentary and other people is fun. I mean, my perspective's fun, I guess, too. But I really think it'll just be better. Just we'll we'll let uh, we'll let him guide us here. So, whoops. All right. But yeah, so that's where you can find the final. You should also be able to find the final on his YouTube. So if you're watching this later on my YouTube, yeah, hopefully that'll work. Uh, yeah, thanks. Yes, that game was wild. It was so tough for you. I mean, it was tough for like kind of all of us in many ways, right? Like it was weird, late growth, and then wanting to fight for growth, but also wanting to fight for other things. I just got crazy efficient wood actions, and then got just enough animal pairs at the right time. Fisherman's Apprentice definitely helped me a little. Uh, I am a little sad though. I probably should have pushed further. So the thing I was saying is I had the veggie lover. I really wanted a couple more sow actions and veggie lover and flat hill. I think failing to hit that was pretty bad, but I guess as always you got to find a path. You obviously had a pretty nice game. Yeah, Sean just had to take food at the wrong time for you, and just yeah, it was a weirdly ugly, weird. Just yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It was interesting. Thanks for the game. We'll see how the final goes. I'm gonna head out. You should win that game. I feel like you should win that game too. Probably. Um, you were definitely in a good spot. Um, but I'm still a little surprised that you didn't just so bake. Pushing for the next room felt aggressive, but maybe it was correct. I don't know. Sean and I obviously said you guys can fight for the growth and we'll just lollygag, and it somehow worked out. But that doesn't always work, right? So I have no idea. There was lots of weird actions I couldn't predict that game either. So oh well. Um, yeah, I mean broadly I agree. I don't think he played acquire correct at all. But then it turns out late growth, double late growth acquire is just very strong. Anyhow, so. And acquirer that got past a meadow is stupidly strong. So, I mean, how was I to know that he had an acquirer? I mean, also, I passed a meadow in a pack that had whatever fucking donkey and reed pond and whatever it was. So, yeah. Anyhow, I should head off. I'm not going to stream the finals. I'm just going to pop into the finals. But again, you guys can all watch Play Agricola for the finals. It'll be awesome. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it goes well for me. But who knows? Be good. We'll see how it goes. See y'all around later.